Friends, why are we taught since childhood that we should never eat anything given by a stranger, nor should we tell anything about ourselves to them? But what happens if you ignore both these things? Today's story is a true incident which 16-year-old Kara is married to Robinson, who is a normal girl like us and you, but Kara is very mature mentally. We see her at her friend Jassie's house. Both of them had a night stay yesterday because Jassie's parents are not at home. Meanwhile, it comes to his mind that he should go to stay at his other friend Clara's house because her house is very big, but for that he will have to ask permission from his mom. He gets busy in that work, and Kara tells her mom. Calls Sarah, who is a working woman. She has never refused her daughter for anything because she knows that she has grown up and she will not do anything that will make her feel bad, and so till date. Sarah has never done anything. Well, that's why she gives permission, and on the other hand, Yasek's mom also says yes. While she goes to the washroom like before, Kara goes out to pour water in the floor. During this, she notices that a black sedan is repeatedly roaming around that house, but then she ignores it. But the next time it happens, she looks towards that car, and then that car stops and an adult man comes out from inside it. He walks towards her with a book and moves forward. Kara thinks that he must have come home as soon as he came. That is why she moves forward freely. Then the man asks her if she doesn't have parents at home. Then Kara says, "Oh no, this is my house. No, this is my friend's house." So the man smiles and behaves as if he is very close to him. Then he asks the same question in a slightly different way. Doesn't he have parents at his friend's house? So Kara says that no, yes, this is the mistake she makes, and how did that poor girl know that she would have to pay such a heavy price for speaking the truth? That man points a gun at her neck and comes closer and tells her to sit quietly in the car. "Go and I will shoot right here." Kara freezes completely. She has no idea what is happening. At that time, she did what she felt was right. She went quietly and sat in the car. If she had screamed, perhaps the result would have been different. What else would have happened? But what if that guy had shot her if she did this? There can be two sides of the coin. Now the guy drives away from there with the car, and Kara starts crying while locked in the trunk. She was unaware that what was happening next. What is going to happen? One time when the car stops at a mold after some time, she tries to run away, but she did not have the courage to do anything like this. And the man comes and ties her hands and legs, and he makes her sit inside a tube. Then he leaves towards his home, and from here, some such pages are going to be added to the book of Kara's life, which will make her curse herself whenever she reads it. That she wished she didn't use to scream, and as soon as she came out after taking bath, she saw that Kara was not there. The water was flowing, so she couldn't go anywhere without telling her. She was feeling some bad vibes. That's why she called her mom and told her everything. She gives a complaint to the police without any delay, who reaches Jassie's house, but the policemen did not believe her. They thought that she ran away from home on her own will or because of her boyfriend. Now here Sarah also calls Ryan and asks him who is Kara's boyfriend, but he denies that nothing like this happened, but still he was not ready to accept it. On the other hand, Kara had reached home, and the man had given her a tube. He takes her out and makes her sit in the bedroom, where Kara notices that there are many strange things lying there which are used to hurt someone. Well, after this, the guy comes with a notebook and starts questioning her. He gives us information like the name of her parents, her address, her phone number, how far she has studied, whether she is a virgin, everything. He even asks about her body measurement. We can clearly see the brutality in the eyes of that man. Does he take any oath? Wasn't trying to prove how crazy he is after girls, knowing that Kara is his daughter's age. Well, Kara tells everything. Then the man says that now you will have to believe whatever I say, and you will have to call me mister. If anyone tries to run away or do anything wrong, I will shoot you. Hearing this, Kara gets scared, but then the man does something to her which probably hurts Kara at her age. Kara will always remember that there were tears in Kara's eyes. She tries to stop him again and again, but he was not going to agree. After everything happens, when Kara comes to her senses, she notices that there is a female calm in the room. There is some cream in the hair which is used by girls, so much so that he was confirmed that there is definitely a girl in this house. Now after this, he takes her outside and makes her sit on the sofa and watches some adult movies with her. Meanwhile, Kara starts thinking about how she has to get out of here, because the more time she spends here, the worse it will be for her. That guy is walking with her like a shadow, just getting a gap, so 2 or 3 minutes, but this gap is not enough for her. Now here Kara was waiting for the right opportunity, the right time. She first wants to know about him. What is his name? What does he do? Why is he doing this? That is why she starts talking to him and pretends that she is enjoying it all. That's why he tells her his name is Yanni and he is a shop owner. When Kara asks about his family, she shuts her up. He is not that stupid. He knows very well what she wants to know. That is why he assures her that when my mind is filled with you, I will leave you, but I don't know when that will be. But if you are free, after I went after the police, first of all, I would do something like this with your mom. She would not be able to show her face anywhere. Now a few hours have passed. He would again take Kara to the bedroom, and just like that the evening comes, but now Kara understood her. That's why her next step is to observe all the things in that house. Then she followed all her orders. Johnny also thinks that this is a small girl. What will she do? But in Kara's mind, there is a lot of confusion. Something is going on. She now starts helping him with his chores, allowing him to visit places in her house that she hadn't seen before, and getting to know a few more things, like the name of his family doctor. There is a girl on her calendar, after which she has been marked 2 days later, and the person who has marked her has just gone to Disneyland, so it is ensured that there is really a girl here, and whoever it is, and after 2 days she is about to return, but who she is not known yet, but all all the things she has seen will help her a lot, because she is sure that after 2 or 3 days she will definitely get out of this house, and then these clues will help her. Meanwhile, for Justice, she notices one more thing. There is a box kept in the kitchen about which Johnny is very sensitive. Even if she looks at it, he starts scolding her. Maybe it is someone close to him. Now when night falls, Kara gets molested again. He takes her in the same condition and sits with her while watching the news to see if there is any headline about Kara missing, but alas, there is none. There was no such news coming in which Kara's name was coming, and seeing it, he said to her that, look, no one cares about you. That's why no one cares about you. Seeing which Kara also breaks down because she feels that she has lost 12 hours. More than a month has passed. During this time we see Sarah on the other side, who is trying her best to convince the police that whatever has happened is actually true and that something very bad has happened to her daughter. She also connects all her sources and asks for help from them, but no one agrees, and then finally an old policeman writes a report and starts the case. The scene again comes to Kara, for whom her life is in danger. It's going to be the scariest night. Johnny lets her go to the washroom, and that too alone. This was the right opportunity for her to run away, but I don't know why she doesn't do it. Maybe this is not the right time. It's already late in the night, and who will she go out and ask for help? That's why she waits for the morning, but after spending too much time in the washroom, Johnny tortures her further and locks her in the same tub again and puts a gun to her head and threatens her that if she does anything clever, he will kill her. There is something recorded. I will leak it all. Kara apologizes, but she gets her punishment. Johnny torments her with some strange things. He just treats her rudely and binds her hands and legs. He is close to himself. Now Kara falls asleep in no time because she has suffered a lot throughout the day, but as soon as the morning comes, she becomes very active. She notices that Johnny is still sleeping, and he is also oblivious in his sleep. At the right moment, if she didn't do anything, she would always curse herself. That's why she somehow, without making any noise, loosens the screw of the handcuff and then frees her legs with the help of her hands. Right now the biggest problem for him is the main gate, which has been closed with a big wooden block. But they say that when there is trouble, even a donkey turns into a lion. This is the nature of a human being when he is in such trouble. So he uses his strength, which he had saved all his life. Here Kara also uses the same, and with all her might removes that wooden block, so that finally the gate opens, and she is now under the open sky. But now is not the time for her to be happy, because at any moment Johnny may wake up, and he is so crazy that if he sees her running away, he will shoot her from behind. So Kara immediately goes to the road and comes closer. Seeing the car, Wee stops it. She asks for help from the people sitting inside. They agree. In the next scene, we see Kara in the police station. Everyone there was behaving as if no one knew her. She tells everyone that she has been missing for the last 18 hours. What are you guys doing? After this, she tells them everything and then calls Sarah also and tells them the information. They brought Jakara here, and there the police interrogate a man. According to him, there is no such person living there. Kara comes out of the car and says that he has a lot of bird buds. He always keeps his window closed. He also has a black sedan. The man understands that he's speaking of which, he takes her near her house, but by then friends, he had run away, which was obviously bound to happen because when he woke up, the first thing he would have searched for was Kara. Well, now the police has found Kara in that place. Shows photos of all the people living in apartments so that he can be identified, out of which she recognizes him too. Then we come to know that his real name is Richard and not Johnny, and he lives here with his wife. After getting some confirmation, the house is searched. Everything told by Kara is true. Everything was as it was. And then friends, it is the turn of that box about which Richard was very sensitive. When the police opens it, he finds it. In fact, Kara was not the first victim who was facing all this. In that box, the broken dreams of girls of many ages were kept, whom Richard had troubled every day, including many of them himself. The police also find some newspaper cuttings in which there was a print about him which was missing years ago. Now seeing the seriousness of this case, a new officer joins them whose arrival makes the work more efficient. On the other hand, Kara is brought to the hospital to find out if there is any injury, but thankfully there was no such thing. But the wound which is internal has gone. How long will it take to heal? This is the question in Kara's mind again and again. When she meets her mother, she hugs her tightly and cries a lot. Meanwhile, a lady cop comes there and knows some more things like what she saw and all the details. Wise starts telling that she even remembers the number of her family doctor. Seeing this, Sarah cannot believe that her daughter has grown so much. She is very proud of her because it is because of her bravery that she is free today. On the other hand, the officer is investigating. The same notebook in which he had written about Kara was found, but when he turned its pages, he found the stories of 2 other girls written in it who were not as lucky as Kara but were the same age. Richard kept them locked away for several months and then in a bathing tub in which he held Kara captive. Then when he was satisfied, he killed both of them and threw them in the lake. All this has been going on for the last 5 years. Now the officer could not believe it after knowing all this. Every time it seems that this might be some mischief of a teenager. Maybe she might have eloped with some boy, but in the end all they got was a dead body for which someone else is paying the punishment. The real murderer is still roaming free. Hours later, when they come to know about Richard's background, they first reach his mother's house where they find his black car and also his wife Janelia, who was the same person. They tell them everything, but Janelia was repeatedly repeating that her husband is a good-hearted person, a family man. How can he do such a thing? But when her sister was asked some questions, she immediately told that her last night talk to Richard. He told that he is in a motel, so the police reach there, but they don't find anything there too. It seems that maybe someone informed him about this first. Meanwhile, Kara's life is slowly changing. She is coming back to her normal mode, but her friends have started teasing her sometimes. On the other hand, the police also ask her to stay at home because now Richard is an outsider. He can do anything. Every day someone or the other keeps coming to his house. There are policemen roaming everywhere, which Carr does not like because people were repeatedly reminding him that he is a victim, which he is not. He showed bravery, that is why he is alive alive today, but it is the work of the people. One day, Kara gets fed up with everyone, so she comes and stands outside the house, and the old policeman comes and meets her who had initially told her that she had run away, and even today he was talking to Kara as if that he is a victim, but Kara answers his question and says that there is no need for him to feel pity on him. If he had done his work well in the beginning, then he would not have had to see this day. It was not him, but his confidence who was speaking. Hearing this, he becomes silent, after which Kara goes from there to watch Ryan's match, because she does not want to live by suffocating him anymore, and meanwhile the police comes to know that Richard is coming inside the city again. That is why he has deployed all around, in which finally he is caught, but due to fear of court trials, jail bars and torture on himself, he kills himself because when it comes to his own life, everyone gets scared but friends. Kara was not happy with such an easy death. She wanted the world to see her and learn that the mistake she had made that day should not be repeated by anyone else. The same officer comes and sits near her and encourages her because they also know that maybe it all happened very quickly, but he tells her that it is good for you that everything worked out in the end, but Kara is wondering in her mind that how many more years will it take for her to forget all this, to which even she does not know the answer, because these are some of the memories that she will definitely remember every day, every month, every year at some point or the other, and she will have to handle it, but she is ready. She tells her mom that she will try and do it. She is brave and not a coward. This story ends here, friends. This entire story is based on a true incident that happened in America in the year 2002, in which a 15-year-old girl named Kara was held captive in his house by a 43-year-old man for 17 hours. He misbehaved with her, beat her, did wrong things with her, and he also wanted to believe her like he did with others, but she survived, after which she told her entire story in front of the whole world. Well, how did you like the story? Please do tell by commenting below. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out in the next video.